Hey guys, it's IlonkaSims here and I'm back with another speed build. This time we're building the Pringle family home. This is a home I built for someone on Facebook and the family was called the Pringle family. So that's why it's called the Pringle family home. Has nothing to do with the crisps or the chips or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, this is a home I built for somebody, which is a thing I do a lot in case you don't watch my videos normally. But yeah, let's see what she said about their family, because one of the main reasons I'm doing this is because I like having a family to build for, because it gives me a bit of context when I'm building the house. So let's see what she said. So the Pringle family is an adult couple with one female child. They're hard workers. Thomas, the husband I'm assuming, is a tech guru and Madison is running the restaurant and she enjoys cooking. So they wanted a unique big kitchen, and they also wanted to spend a lot of time outdoors, so I took those things into consideration. And their little girl is named Julie. She's a smart little girl who enjoys all things girly. She's pretty active too and into everything. So yeah, that's what the family is like. So I just kept that in mind and went in the game and used some Google images for some inspiration for the outside, and then, you know, built this house. That's the thing I do a lot too, using Google images for some inspiration. So in case you ever wonder, like, if you want to get better at building, definitely just, it's a lot of practice and, I don't know, trying out different things, I think. It's a thing I do a lot, at least, and I don't know, people seem to ask me that sometimes, like, oh, I love your builds, how do you build so much nice things? I'm like, practice, that's really the key to anything. So yeah, this is the house we're building. It's fairly small because I didn't want to do a very big build this time around. After the mansion build, I need a break from big builds. But yeah, we're using these base game windows that have got the black, I don't know, trimming, whatever it's called, with the new patch that we got before Dine Out, and I'm so happy with the black windows. It was one of my pet peeves whenever I was building previously. Like, I would want to use black windows and I couldn't, and I was so sad when I couldn't. But now we can, so I'm very happy, and I'm probably going to overuse them for a little while. But yeah, it's I like it. I really like the wall patterns I used for this build as well. It's a fairly dark build. I actually used this build also for one of my own Sims, and she's living on the beach, so I had to change the whole thing around because it was much too dark for a beach home, in my opinion. But yeah, I really like how how it looks. The pool there looks amazing. The little let's see what to call it. The little overhang thing over the back patio. There will be a bar there, and there will be some seats. And oh, I love what I do on the side of that waste section in the backyard. You'll see it in a little while, but yeah, I think it looks really good. And here I wanted to put in a like outdoor cooking dining space on a separate area, like separate from the rest, but it wasn't really working. There wasn't enough space on this lot. If I had a bigger lot to build on, I might have been able to do it, but it wasn't working, so I ended up putting it at the back of the area that I have there, with the bar. But we'll see that in a little while, I think. And it was when I was building this I realized that also these smaller windows had the black trimmings now, which again just made me so happy. It's ridiculous how something so simple can make people so happy. But yeah, I think the outside, at least the build part of the outside, is mostly finished right now. So starting on the inside, trying to figure out a layout. I wanted to have a separate office because the husband of the house is a tech guru, and you know, they run a restaurant, so I'm assuming they would need an office, but I end up having to delete it because there wasn't enough space in the house. They do have a bit of a desk area, but there's no real office, unfortunately. Which sucks, because I think it would have been really nice, but it wasn't working. I had to get in there somewhere, and room layouts. I don't know if anybody else struggles with this as much as I do, but god, room layouts, they are the bane of my existence. But yeah, I love how this turns out, the inside, the outside. It's a very cute home. Right now it doesn't look like a very cute home, if you ask me, but it will change. I wanted to put in this little counter with the, I don't know, what is it like the industrial kitchen set or something? I don't know. I really like using these for counters. I've seen them used by other people, but I never seem to be able to use it myself, so yeah. That's also something that's... Anyways, let's see what I'm doing. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Right, this is where I start trying to figure out where to put the staircase. Yeah, it wasn't working. The staircase there looks good, but it didn't work for the upstairs area, I think. Actually, I might have made that work, but I ended up putting it in this area with the too high windows, and just putting some decorations in there, some big lights, and it looks really nice. And I do really like how this ends up looking without the office, so that's okay. I think it's something a little bit different, but I like it. So yeah, I built this a little while ago, so I'm not sure what I'm doing exactly. I need to get into that a bit of building and then recording commentary fairly soon after, but it's like one of those things. I have not been doing YouTube for a very long time, and I don't like recording when there's people in the house, so I tend to record when nobody's home, which means I don't generally record when I finish building something. But yeah, I did this thing with the kitchen where I had these cabinets, and I took out the walls and put in the small walls instead. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. I should know. The half walls. It sounds weird. I don't know. I must be doing something wrong. I'm also very tired, in case you haven't noticed yet. But yeah, I love how this looks with the kind of the open space looking over to where I put the bar. I think it looks really, really nice. I don't know. And having the cabinets up there with the two different colors just adds a bit of detail, like, and a bit of color in a way. Even though it's just wood, it does have like, it's a fairly vibrant dark wood compared to the white that we have in the rest of the house at this point, which I don't know, I really like how it looks, and I hope you guys agree. But yeah, here we go, putting in everything else of the house basically. We start here with the dining area. And this is basically where I started choosing the colors that I was going to use in the main kind of downstairs area. So we have the green from the chairs that we also have in this ottoman, I think it's called. And then these kind of salmon colored lights that I also try to use this color in several different places. And yeah, I really like it. It's a nice color combination actually. It's a quite colorful home, even though it's like very white and there's a lot of wood tones and all that. There's a lot of color in the decorations, I think, and it actually ends up being a lot more colorful than some of my other builds, which I do really like. So yeah, that's good. Did I leave those pens up there? I think I did. I'm not sure. Also, I cannot see a fire. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I cannot see a fire alarm. Please tell me I didn't forget it. But I didn't forget it, so that's good. That's one of those things that you kind of need in a game. A fire alarm. Because otherwise your Sims will probably die when they're trying to make their food. Though to be honest, I don't think I've had any major fires in the game yet. But I don't play the game much, so that doesn't say a lot, I think. But yeah, I haven't had a lot of big fires in the game, so that's a good thing, I think. And here I go. I think I go with the get to work couch and the chairs that came with it. I use this kind of cold blue color, which again was just another color that I wanted to add, and it was a not so warm color. Like the green and the salmon are very bright, and even the green is kind of a warmer green. And this way I think it kind of, I don't know, it worked very well in my opinion to have this blue, like this grayish blue couch there. So yeah, and we put these branches behind there, which I absolutely love this kind of branch thingy. The decorations that we got with the Van Out pack I think look amazing, and I'm very, very happy with them. I know a lot of people will probably be too, so that's, I don't know, I am always very happy when we get nice decorations because yeah, I don't know, I always have this thing that I'm like, ugh, but this house looks exactly the same like the previous one I built because we don't have enough things in the game. And having a lot of different kind of decorations really helps for that, so thank you Sims team for making a lot of decorations for the Dino pack. Very happy with that. And I've also been using a lot of mirrors lately as kind of a decorative thing. I don't know if you've noticed, I put them behind the bar, and then the one behind the branches in the kind of the TV area. But they work very well, I think. If you use them in the right way, I think that having mirrors as a decoration piece, it works very well. And this is where we put in the little well, I mean, I kind of put in the I don't know, the desk / office area. And I do really like how it looks, having just a simple table and then this bookshelf thingy that we got from the Cool Kitchen pack. I think this bookshelf thing is amazing to work with. You can give so much more character already to just this desk that's there, because that's all it is really. It's a desk with a PC and a chair. I'm putting in some decorations, and I think this bookshelf that doesn't actually function as a bookshelf for some reason really helps with giving it some character and making it look more like an actual office and not just a desk for some reason to me. I don't know why, but yeah. I also put this kind of, it's actually a restaurant sign there, and I put this other, which I think is a store sign right there, but in my head these are like catchphrases. You see them a lot recently, at least here in the Netherlands. I don't know if it's the case everywhere else as well, but you have all these little decorative signs that you can buy with sayings on them, like home is where the heart is. It's everywhere, and I don't know, it's some of them are a little, I don't know, not my thing, but in my head using these signs is kind of in the same way as we have these kind of decorative things in real life. Like, it's just a saying, something like home is where the heart is. So in case you're like, why did she put a restaurant sign there? It's, in my head it's not a restaurant sign. You can still think it's a restaurant sign. If you don't like it, replace it with a painting or a mirror if you want. Yeah, it's like I said in a lot of recent builds as well, it's one of the beautiful things about The Sims, in my opinion, that you can so easily change things if you don't like it. So yeah, if you don't like it, just change it. I'm not offended by it. I get it if you don't like it, but it's just the way that I see it. I think it works. I was starting here with the little girls' room instead of the master bedroom, which ends up actually being quite small, but it's another thing that we'll see in a little bit. But yeah, she was a very girly girl, so I made everything very pink and purple, because stereotypes. The only place where I accept stereotypes is in The Sims. So yeah, that's a thing that's happening a lot. But yeah, it's not my favorite kids' bedroom that I've built. I will be very, very honest about that much. But I do really like it. I end up changing some of the colors around a little bit so that it's not quite as pink as it might look right now. But yeah, I really like it. Oh, I need to yawn. I'm also very, very tired, which I think I already said, but I'm going to say it again. I'm very, very tired. That's what happens when you try to sleep, but you cannot sleep. I don't know if it's like, I don't have insomnia, but I think at least, but sometimes it feels like I do. It's a very frustrating thing to know that I have to sleep, I want to sleep, but not being able to sleep. If that even makes sense, what I just said. I think it does, but yeah. But yeah, as you can see in the build we use, in this little girl's room, I ended up going with quite a few whites as well to, you know, add some of the not so pink colors in there, and I put it in these, well, the Christmas lights. I also put in the, I don't know what they're called, these flag thingies from the clubs that we got with get together, and it has some blue in there, and I was like, you know what, let's tie that blue also into the rest of the room. So instead of everything being pink and purple, it now has some blues and whites in there as well. And green, because I felt like putting in the scientist thing, which apparently you cannot change the color of. Next thing to change Sims, add some colors from that, because it can only be green, which is very frustrating. But yeah, we're starting here with the master bedroom, and I've used these side tables from the Dine Out pack as a headboard. I've done it with the marble ones already, and I don't think I've used them, these like more modern ones, yet in a build, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I really love using those as kind of a headboard, just to, you know, make things a little bit different. I'm kind of sick of the beds that we have in the game, so having these and using them as a headboard, I think, works very well. And the only sucky thing is that this way you have to use like the really cheap bed, so your Sims might get a little cranky when they wake up in the morning, because it's not a great bed, and I don't know, they have backaches or something when they wake up. But yeah, as you can see, we have kind of got the master bedroom down, because I wanted to add an ensuite. I wasn't too sure what to add in the bedroom anyways, and I figured having a nice big bathroom that you could just have for your, I don't know, husband and wife, for the couple, for the adults, would be a better idea than just having kind of a sitting area in there. Initially I thought I would maybe be able to put some, like a desk or kind of an office area in there, but I didn't want to. The bedroom should just be a bedroom, really. It should be a place where you can just, I think if you're a parent, then a bedroom should probably be a place where you have a bit of a break and you can relax a little bit. And the only outside deck, I don't know if you missed it, but I put in these lanterns from the patio, the perfect patio stuff back, and I sized them up and they look so nice on the ground. I did this recently in the mansion speed build, I think, and I don't know why I haven't done it before, but it looks so nice having them on the floor if you size them up. And the little area upstairs with the staircase is a little bit empty. I wasn't too sure what to put there, and I wanted to leave it open a little bit and not put in too much stuff, so that if you play in this house that you can kind of use it the way that you want to. Like personally, if I play the game, usually kind of the landing area upstairs with the staircase ends up being kind of a photo gallery with pictures of my Sims, but so that's why I left it quite empty. Anyways, here we are in the backyard area. I love what I did here with the wooden things from Dine Out Pack. I'm not sure what to call them, wooden things, room dividers, and I kind of broke it up with these black sculptures, I think they are, but yeah, I love how it looks. It's if I had it just as the wooden wall dividers, room dividers, then I think it wouldn't have looked very nice, but I think those sculptures there, I've never used them before like this, but I think it looks so good. I'm very happy with how it looks. But yeah, if you remember from my little family description that I got, these Sims really like spending time outdoors. They have a restaurant and they like cooking, so putting in an outdoor kitchen made so much sense. And I think it looks really nice there with the wall dividers behind it, and I don't know, I'm very happy with how this turned out. And I don't know if I've already done it or not, but I put in the monkey bars for that little girl. I think they're very pink, so that's also something. And here we are in a pool. I wanted to use these wall lights, like these strips of wall lights, but it looked very strange. I mean, it lit up the pool really well, but it looked very strange. And here we go, putting in fountains. The pool itself is just like the shortest height, and then grabbing these fountains or waterfalls in a slightly bigger height and putting them in the pool instead of like on top of the water. They made a nice kind of divide from kind of, instead of putting in an actual fence around the house, having some kind of divide from the outside area. I think it looks so nice having it that way. And here we are doing some landscaping, because that's probably the last thing we do, and it's one of those things that has to be done. As normally, as usual, I kind of run with some of the landscaping that is in the same area as the house. I've built another house a little bit away from here. I don't know if you'll see it in the video, but I looked over at that house a couple times to see what I did with the landscaping, and looking over a little bit at the places around the lot just to see what kind of plants and stuff there was. Putting in some rocks just to really finish it off nicely. I'll finish it off, not quite yet, because finishing it off will be done with some terrain paint. Whenever you do gardening, don't forget your terrain paint. That's a thing I'd say a lot, I think. And in this case it's mostly sandy kind of terrain paint, because it works best in this kind of place. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the build, so we're going into some screenshots now. Yeah, here's the first one. I hope you guys like this build. I enjoyed building this, and I think I'm very happy with how it turned out. I know that the girl I built this for is also very happy with how it turned out. I love the look of this kitchen. Not this hallway, it's very empty. Definitely. Anyways, as always, let me know if you want to see me build something. check the description for a download link in case you want this for your own Sims, and that's it for me, so I will talk to you next time. Bye guys!